look for and find a purpose. So sometimes the antidote to fear is excitement. So with many things in life, you can experience a mix of the emotions of fear and excitement. For example, if you go on a roller coaster ride, and that is of course if you enjoy roller coaster rides. And if you do, then you'll know that usually there will be a mix of excitement and fear. If it's just fear, then it's just no fun. I mean, why would you do it, right? And if it's just excitement, then you might have not chosen the right kind of roller coaster, because I think the excitement of riding on the roller coaster comes from that adrenaline rush and that tiny amount of fear that you experience along with it. So if the fear you're experiencing is not the life-threatening type, but more of the fear of discomfort type, then what you can actually do is try to ignore it and override it with a sense of excitement and purpose instead. But to do that, of course, you need to know what your purpose is. So the reason that this fear that you're feeling, this fear of discomfort, is dominating everything, and all you can think about is the negative aspects and the discomfort of the whole process, might be because you don't have a strong enough of a purpose. Because why would you sacrifice your comfort? Why would you sacrifice this cushy job you are in right now if there's not a bigger reward that you're working towards? So to balance out this feeling of fear, you need to have a purpose, something that is worth fighting for. And if you don't have it, you kind of need to start soul searching and ask yourself, okay, I want to change jobs because I feel that I'm not making any progress in my current company and that I'm not earning enough money. But what are you exactly hoping to get from your new job or from your career change? And yes, that might be monetary rewards, in which case you need to specify it. If currently, for example, in your job, you've been earning $52,000 for the last 8 years, and you're hoping to get a small bump in your new job and get, let's say, $65,000 instead, then maybe that might not be enough of a motivation to you. Maybe you have to aim for, let's say, $70,000. And while you might find that this sounds like a crazy increase, this is not impossible at all. Like I've said in one of my previous podcast episodes, oftentimes newcomers to an organization are valued more, and they are in a better position to negotiate the salary and the working conditions that they actually want compared to people who have been in the organization for a very long time. And I know that it's not fair, it doesn't seem to be fair, but we're not talking about fairness here. If you want to progress in your career, you simply have to be pragmatic and look at the possibilities. So if the opportunities for you as a newcomer are higher to negotiate a much higher salary, then why not? So to overcome this fear of changing jobs, you need to have a goal or a purpose that is really, really meaningful to you. So don't just aim for a salary increase, let's say to $70,000, but also connect that to a higher purpose. Why do I need $70,000? Why do I want $70,000? And the reason could be because you want to purchase your first house, or you want to be able to go on an extra vacation each year. And once you do that, you will feel that the excitement in you starts to build up. And once this feeling of excitement gets stronger and stronger, and you couple that with your purpose, then slowly this fear, this insignificant fear of discomfort, will start fading away. So what you need to do now to overcome this fear and override it with a sense of purpose and excitement is to imagine your life 10 years from now. Imagine where you want to be 10 years from now. And this is not just one of those interview questions where the interviewer asks you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It goes far beyond that. So this is not just about your career, but also about your whole life. What kind of life do you imagine that you have in 10 years from now? And what kind of career or job will you need to have to support that kind of lifestyle? If you want to have a life in which you have a lot of time to spend with your family, with your kids, and going on vacations overseas and so on, and you want to be flexible, then you will likely need the kind of job that is flexible, that allows you to take some time off from work, that allows you perhaps to go on a sabbatical and allows you to have flexible hours and also remote work. So imagine where you want to be in 10 years from now, how your life looks 10 years from now in as granular detail as possible, and then work yourself backwards from there to this point today, and then ask yourself, okay, what kind of job do I need to change to, and what kind of steps do I need to take? And if you really believe in that purpose and in that ambitious goal of yours, then after a while you will think less and less of all your fears. By the way, in case right now in your career you're feeling kind of blah about your work, you're not really engaged and you couldn't care less about what you're doing on a daily basis, then the reason might be that all this while you've been basing your career decisions on the wrong things. All this while you might have made career decisions based on the position or the titles that you can get, the salary, the monetary rewards, and also the recognition. And all this while you might have ignored the things that are really meaningful and fulfilling to you. And I know that this might sound like an abstract thing, but if you've ever done a specific kind of task or activity on the job, let's say that's training people, even though your main job is not a trainer, but part of your job requires you to train new people that come on board, and you feel that you're so satisfied after doing this and it brings you so much meaning, and when you apply these skills of training people, you feel that you were just meant to do this and you feel a sense of peace and satisfaction after that, then that is what fulfillment feels like. And having a career that is meaningful and fulfilling is something that I'll talk about in my upcoming book that I plan to finish this year and that is still lacking a title. But don't worry, I will keep you updated. So make sure that you subscribe to this podcast if you want to know more about that.